Traditionally for this model, the Passat B4 was produced in two versions, a 4-door sedan and a 5-door station wagon variant. Their bodies are only partially galvanized, only the areas most exposed to aggressive environmental influences, so Rust managed to find a weak point, the corners of the front doors near the windows, which are covered with a rubber seal, where moisture accumulates. At the same time, Passat B4 has made significant progress in terms of safety, a driver's and passenger's airbag, a safety door lock security system, and since 1995 an immobilizer have appeared as standard. On cars of the first years of production, characteristic diseases have already begun to appear. Due to moisture, rust can grab the core of the lock of the trunk lid. Over time, the reflective coating of the exterior rear view mirrors comes off. On the variant station wagon, the electrical wiring laid between the body and the trunk lid dries up and breaks, while the backlight of the number plate and the rear wiper do not work, and also the fog reflectors built into the front bumper crack. So long. The dashboard of the Passat B4 resembles a similar part of its predecessor, but in fact all parts of the dashboard are completely original. By the way, due to the installation of a passenger airbag, the creators had to abandon the glove box. Moreover, there are cars that do not even have a glove shelf. Note that the interior is very spacious. 3 people can be accommodated in the back with the comfort necessary for long trips. There is enough free space from the knees of passengers to the backs of the front seats to make it comfortable even for tall people. Moreover, to improve the comfort of those sitting on the gallery, expensive versions provide for adjusting the angle of the back of the sofa back. Cargo compartments of both modifications are one of the largest among classmates. In Passat B4, there may be problems with power windows. Over time, the gear teeth lick off, because of which the glass does not close completely, as well as with the stove fan speed controller. It worsens with age, and then the regulator contact begins to burn, up to the melting of the plastic case. Separately, the regulator does not change. Therefore, you will have to buy an assembly control unit for the ventilation and heating system. Engine. Choosing a used Passat B4. It is worth noting that this model was equipped not only with 4-cylinder gasoline and diesel engines, from 75 to 150 horsepower. For those for whom this is not enough, 2 6-cylinder units VR6-174G 190 horsepower are intended. However, the most optimal in terms of dynamics and fuel consumption are versions equipped with 1.8-liter, 90 horsepower, and 2.0-liter, 115 horsepower, gasoline engines, as well as a 1.9-liter turbo diesel, 90 horsepower. According to experts, the motor resource of all Passat units is 250 to 400,000 kilometers. The timing of all engines is equipped with hydraulic compensators. In 4-cylinder engines, a chain is used, which is recommended to be changed together with the tension roller every 60,000 kilometers, and in 6-cylinder engines, a metal chain, which, as a rule, lasts until overhaul. These engines are more expensive to maintain and repair than 4-cylinder ones. Of the gasoline modifications, power units with the distributed fuel injection system are more reliable. Mono injection sins with the failure of the throttle potentiometer, which is manifested by excessive engine speed at idle and an increase in fuel consumption. In addition, the gasket loses its tightness over time, installed between the intake manifold and the mono injector. When buying a diesel modification, Minders are advised to opt for the atmospheric version. Although it is less dynamic than a turbocharged one, it is unpretentious, and its motor resource is greater. The turbine, with proper operation, lives about 200,000 kilometers. The weak point of the cooling system is the plastic flanges connecting the rubber pipes of the system with the motor. Over time, cracks appear in the plastic, and the O-rings installed under these flanges also dry out. All this provokes leakage of the working fluid. Transmission. Most Passat B4 operated are equipped with 5-speed manual gearboxes, although there are often cars equipped with 4-speed automatics. The automatic has proven to be reliable and, with careful operation and timely maintenance, is able to last for a long time. But the mechanics sometimes surprises. So, on cars with a mileage of about 300,000 kilometers, the bearings of the primary and secondary shafts may fail. This malfunction is manifested by increased noise of the gearbox. If the gearbox lever dangles a lot, causing difficult gear shifting, then the bushings of its backstage are worn out. but the cause of the fuzzy gear shifting may be another malfunction. The fact is that in all Passat B4, to reduce the vibration transmitted to the gearshift lever, a cable-operated gearshift drive is used, which eventually requires adjustment. All-wheel drive versions of Synchro are quite rare. Traditionally, for all VW models produced before the mid-90s, the all-wheel drive transmission is equipped with a viscous coupling that redistributes torque to the rear wheels in the event of front slip. Synchro is quite reliable, and the only thing that may eventually need to be replaced. Outboard bearing of cardan shaft. An unpleasant hum during movement will report its failure. Suspension. Suspension Passat B4 is moderately rigid. It keeps the car firmly on the road even at high speeds. In general, the chassis is quite hardy. More often, after 40 to 50,000 kilometers, you will have to change the struts of the anti-roll bar, but the stabilizer bushings last much longer, up to 80,000 kilometers. The rear silent blocks of the front levers nourish 60 to 70,000 kilometers, and silent blocks of the rear beam, 100,000 kilometers. Steering. The rack and pinion steering, equipped on most versions with the hydraulic booster, has good feedback. The amplifier is quite reliable, although for its durable operation it is necessary to change the oil in the system every 70,000 kilometers. Brake system. Weak modifications with a capacity of up to 115 liters. Width. Equipped with front disc and rear drum brakes, and all the rest were equipped with disc brakes at the rear. In addition, on powerful versions, the ABS system is often found. There are no problems with the drums during operation, but the disc brakes need care. When replacing the pads, it is imperative to lubricate the guides. Otherwise, they may turn sour and the brakes will stop working. VW Passat B4 is one of the best representatives of the D-Class. It is not too old yet, its interior is comfortable and spacious, and the luggage compartment is one of the largest among classmates. But the most important plus of the Passat B4 is low operating costs and a wide selection of spare parts.